Good evening and thank you for watching Free Press TV, where we bring you global headlines and the voices behind them. If you find our reporting valuable, please like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a broadcast. Tonight, we turn to a political power struggle unfolding in the state of Texas. A group of Texas Democrats has taken the extraordinary step of leaving the state in protest over a proposed congressional map that could dramatically reshape the political landscape ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. At the heart of the controversy is a Republican-backed redistricting proposal that could cost Democrats as many as 5 U.S. House seats. The changes would significantly redraw district boundaries across major population centers, including South Texas, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin, with the clear aim of consolidating GOP control in competitive areas. Here's a breakdown of the Democratic incumbents most at risk. In South Texas, Representatives Henry Cuellar and Vicente Gonzalez are both facing significant uphill battles. While they managed to win re-election in 2024 despite Donald Trump narrowly carrying their districts, the new proposed map shows Trump would have won both districts by over 10 percentage points, severely weakening their re-election chances. In the Houston area, Representative Al Green's 9th district would be completely transformed. What is now a deep blue district in the southern portion of Houston, one that Kamala Harris carried by a staggering 44-point margin, would become a Republican-leaning district east of the city where Trump would have won by 15 points. Green is reportedly considering a run in the adjacent 18th district, which remains vacant following the death of Representative Sylvester Turner earlier this year. Under the proposed map, that district becomes even more favorable to Democrats. In North Texas, parts of Representative Julie Johnson's 32nd district would be absorbed into neighboring districts, including that of fellow Democrat Mark Veazey. Other portions would be merged with Republican areas, turning Johnson's formerly safe district, one that backed Kamala Harris, by 24 points into a GOP stronghold where Trump would won by 18. Finally, in Central Texas, the map would dismantle Representative Greg Casar's 35th district, which currently spans from Austin to San Antonio. His seat would effectively vanish, with large parts of it being absorbed into Representative Lloyd Doggett's 37th district, which centers around Austin. That may set the stage for an intra-party contest between Casar and Doggett. Texas Republicans argue that the map is a lawful redrawing of boundaries to reflect population shifts, but critics, including civil rights groups and voting rights advocates, call it a textbook case of gerrymandering, designed to dilute minority votes and shore up Republican power in a rapidly diversifying state. With lawsuits almost certain to follow, this redistricting fight is far from over. But one thing is clear: the political future of multiple Democratic incumbents and the balance of power in Washington may well be redrawn by the lines on this map. Tensions are reaching a boiling point in Austin, where Texas Republicans are escalating efforts to compel absent Democratic lawmakers back to the Capitol. Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows announced this afternoon that he assigned civil arrest warrants for the missing Democrats who fled the state to block a controversial redistricting vote. The goal? To restore a quorum and proceed with the special legislative session. "I am hopeful there will be more members here tomorrow," Burrows said at a press conference. "But I am disappointed that while these members are here reporting for their duty under the Constitution, others are out of the state in New York, in Chicago, in places they do not represent, obviously getting lots of attention at this time." The Texas House was once again unable to conduct official business today due to the absence of a quorum. Burrows added that he's working with law enforcement agencies to locate the absent members, and that Governor Greg Abbott has offered the full support of the Texas Department of Public Safety to assist. Earlier today, Governor Abbott issued a statement saying he had directed the DPS to arrest House Democrats who skipped today's session, a move that, while legal under Texas law, faces logistical hurdles, particularly for lawmakers currently out of state. As of tonight, it remains unclear how or even if the state will enforce the governor's directive beyond Texas borders. We'll continue monitoring developments as they unfold. Tonight, as Republican leaders in Texas push forward with arrest warrants for Democratic lawmakers who have fled the state, at least one defiant voice is making it clear she's not backing down. Texas State Representative Linda Garcia, who is currently in Chicago, told Free Press TV she is prepared to remain out of Texas for at least 2 more weeks as Democrats attempt to block a controversial redrawing of the state's congressional map. "We are all prepared to fight," Garcia said in an exclusive interview. "That arrest order doesn't bother me at all. My constituents want me to take this quorum break. It is within our legal right." Garcia was referring to Governor Greg Abbott's directive to law enforcement to arrest absent Democrats who did not show up for today's special legislative session in Austin. "I was hired by the people in my district to do what is in their best interest, not what is in the best interest of Donald Trump or Governor Abbott," she said. Representative Garcia emphasized her motivations, describing herself not as a career politician, but as a mother and entrepreneur who feels a deep responsibility to her community in House District 107. "So if I get removed, then I get removed," she added. but at least I am clear in my conscience that I did everything I could in my power to stop this steal. Garcia also pushed back on Republican criticism that Democrats were being hypocritical for pointing fingers, while states like Illinois, her current location, have also been accused of gerrymandering. In Texas, our constitution calls for redistricting every 10 years based on the census. We're only halfway through that 10-year cycle, she explained. Not only are we redrawing maps from outdated data, but we're actively watering down voices in marginalized communities. Garcia accused the redistricting plan, which would increase Republican seats, following a blueprint backed by former President Donald Trump at the expense of fair representation. When Trump calls for 5 new Republican districts, he's calling for the erasure of voices that already struggle to be heard, she said. As Texas Republicans move forward with plans to enforce quorum, and Democrats dig in from out of state, the standoff continues with no clear resolution in sight. We'll keep you updated right here on Free Press TV.